Hey, good morning everybody. How's it going? Oliver here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the weight loss internalization method, what it is, and basically how it allows me to lose weight without following any type of diet program, eating whatever I want, and I still lose weight, right? So anyway, I just finished working out, so my hair might be a little messy and everything else, but I just got out of the gym, got my workout on, feeling good. But anyway, I thought this was a good time to go live because I've been really wanting to talk about this. I got a lot of questions about the internalization method. What is it? And, how does it work? And whatever, stuff like that. So, anyway, it really all starts when I was stationed in Guam, right? And Guam is a little island out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and I'm in the Navy, right? And I was on this island, right? It's a really small island, and I was in the gym, and I was working out with my buddy that I'd been doing this same workout with him for, months and months, right? Anyway, I enjoyed the company. It was a good time working out with him, but I didn't really achieve any good results. I looked okay. I looked average. I didn't really have any cut-up muscles or big muscles or stuff like that, right? So I remember very clearly, we were in the gym one day, and this gym was a nice gym. It had nice equipment. It a lot of lighting. The lighting was really bright and good and white light, and there was a lot of windows toward the back of it, and the whole wall was windows, like tall windows, and so it had a lot of light coming in. It was just the big open room structure. And anyway, I remember this one guy, he came in, and he had this tank top on, and it was one of those low cut ones, right? And you could just see his chest was popping out, and it was big, and I was like, damn. But he wasn't a big guy. Like, a lot of times you see these guys that are really big, like 6'6", freaking 4-inch wrist bone, and they're just stocky. And of course they got pounds of muscle flopping around because they got those big structure, right, to attach all that muscle to, right? But anyway, this guy wasn't. He's an average build, medium build, not much bigger than me. And I was like, damn, look at that dude. That dude looks good. And I remember his forearms were like a mountain range. Like, I could see all the valleys, all the lines, all the crevices, and the hills and everything. His forearms were just like, they were just really cut through. And I was like, damn, how did he get like that? How does it look like that? And the funny thing, I watched this guy, and he worked out the same amount of time in the gym as I did. And I was like, wait a minute. Something ain't right. Like, this guy's working out the same amount of time as I am. He's getting results like that, and I'm getting results like I have. I was like, I want to get results like that. I want to look like that. I want to walk in the gym, and if people look at me like that, look over and be like, damn, that guy's got freaking big muscles. He must be knowing what he's doing. He's cut up. He's lean, right? And I want that feeling, I want to walk in a room and feel like that and have that confidence. The confidence that must come with that, just looking good like that. You must attract people to you looking like that, right? And so I was thinking, damn, but I have no clue how he does it. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know how he got like that. And so I went home, and I was like, I got to figure this out. And so I went on Google, and I just started Googling the hell out of it, right? I started searching for, how to get cut up, how to get this. I learned the lingo, and I found a book. I started reading book, and then I learned some stuff there, and then I'd go buy another book, and then I'd search for more stuff and get this book and read this and watch this video. And it lasted for weeks and weeks, and then months and months of trying to learn everything. And I finally had a plan. I knew what I needed to do. It's like, holy crap. There was this whole other side that I didn't know about, right? It was the side of nutrition. It was the side of nutrition that I completely ignorant of at the time. I mean, I had no idea what nutrition even was. I'd never even counted a calorie. I never looked at nutritional labels. I just ate whatever was available, I ate it. I mean, it didn't matter. I just ate. I didn't care. But at this point, it was like I had to start paying attention to that. So we started this journey of doing it. And I had the plan. I learned it. Now it's time to do it. And man, there were some challenges along the way. Oh man. I mean, this was like a 2-year, 3-year journey for me, going through it every day. I mean, one of the biggest challenges I remember hitting was just having to count calories every day and having to figure out how many calories I needed to eat. And so I remember specifically, I was in the, my wife cooks, she makes dinner, right? And so she was in the kitchen, and I kept asking her always, like, well, what'd you put in the food? Because I'm a busy person, right? So I'm working and stuff like that. And so the way I was doing the calorie counting at the time was I would just eat throughout the day, whatever it was. And if it was like a snack or something, I'd keep the wrapper and I'd bring it home. Or I would just kind of keep a mental note of what it was I ate that day throughout the day. And then when I get home, my wife was preparing dinner, and I'd sit down at the table and I'd be like, okay, so let me just calculate everything I ate up to this point in the day, and then I'll see how many calories I got left to eat that day, right? And then the problem was I needed to know what my wife was putting in the meal, right? So let's say I had 400 calories left to eat that day. And so I'd say, honey, okay, what did you put in the meal? And she'd be like, what do you mean what I put in the meal? I mean, what kind of ingredients did you put? I don't know. I put some of this stuff and some of that. What are you talking about? And eventually she got to the point where she knew I was going to ask these questions, right? And the lovely woman that she is, she started writing it down for me, right? And this had to be a lot of extra work for her. No one wants to do that, but she actually, at some point, she actually had this piece of paper with all the stuff that she had put in my meal and how much. There's a quarter cup. She was actually measuring this stuff for me, like a tablespoon of olive oil, butter, 1 spoon of butter, and it was, 5 ounces of pasta, whatever, 1 cup of rice. And she wrote all this down for me. And I love her for that, but that had to have been a lot of extra work for her, and it wasn't benefiting her in any way. It was all for me because she loved me. And anyway, that was sweet. I love her for that, and that was great. But what I would do was, right, so I would take that information and I plug it into my little MyFitnessPal app and figure out, okay, well, the meal I was going to eat, I'm actually 200 calories over, so let me see, I'm going to cut out this much, or I'm going to cut out this much, and this much rice, and then I'm going to leave out some of the sauce. Oh, there we go, I'm down to 400 calories, right? And this was just draining, man. And then what about when I went out to eat at a restaurant, and they didn't have calories on the menu, or we're on travel, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do? I can't eat here, honey. I gotta go to Subway. They got calorie counter there. I know what they're eating at Subway. I mean, holy crap. What a nightmare. What a horrible way to live. I've got to watch. I need to know everything I'm eating all the time. And I can't eat specific places. I can't eat specific meals because I don't know what's in it. And anyway, that was just one of the challenges along the way. Another one of the challenges that I would face would be like, I ended up learning that I did not know how to tear my muscles in the gym. That was a huge learning point for me, a big changing point, because, I mean, I'd been working out for a ton of time, and I'd go to the gym, and it was just wasted. Like, I would not gain any muscle when in my workouts. It was a complete waste of time when other people in the same amount of time were getting huge results, and I wasn't, right? So there was a lot of conflicts along the way, right? As I was getting toward my goal. And at some point, 2 to 3 years later, I actually got to the point where something happened. Like, I was getting results now. It was starting to happen. And I was there, right? I was at the hill. I was at the point where, yes, I have done it. 3 years later, I've been through hell. I've counted my calories forever. I'm finally here. Celebrate, right? I finally figured this out. I'm down to 8% body fat. I've done it, right? But something happened at this point, right? I came home one day, and my wife, she had prepared her little sheet, right? And it had all the calories and everything, and I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, I don't need this anymore. It was something weird that it was taking place inside of my brain or something, right? I was like, I don't need that anymore. So I didn't log it. I didn't tell her. I just didn't log it. Next day came, I didn't log it again. And I'd been logging my calories for almost 2 years straight at this point, and I had stopped logging calories. Not because I was tired of it, but because something was changing in me, right? And so I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And so I stopped. And then eventually, I told her to stop. She didn't need to waste her time with it anymore. And all of a sudden, I had it. It was inside my brain. I wasn't thinking about it anymore. I could eat anywhere. I was going out, I could eat here, I could eat there. I just knew what it was I needed to eat. I just knew it, right? And so I was like, what is this? What has happened to me? Like, weight loss is so easy now. Like, I don't count calories. And then working out in the gym was the same way. Like, all of a sudden I was going to the gym. I didn't need a workout plan. Before, I had to bring I had binders at one point I'd bring with me. I had all these apps I'm skimming through. Oh, what's the workout I got to do today? Let me watch the video. Oh, he's doing that exercise. How many reps? Oh, all of a sudden I didn't need that either. And I'm getting incredible tears on my muscles in the gym in no time. Like, I could tear a muscle in 5 minutes flat anywhere. And I was like, man, what is going on? Like, I can tear my muscles. I don't need any help. I don't need any programs. I'm eating anywhere I want. I'm losing weight still. I'm down to 5% body fat now. And I'm not counting calories. I'm not doing any type of diet. I'm eating whatever I want. What is this? And that was this change that took place inside of me. And I had to call it something. And I was like, what am I going to call this? And I was like, it's got to be, after I thought about it for a while, like, the internalization method. I was like, wow. And you know, I go to work now. Everything, I see the world a little differently now, right? It's not the same as it was before. And so I go and I hear people now, you know, and they're talking and they're like, oh, I can't eat that, you know, that's bread. I don't eat bread. You know I don't eat bread. Are you kidding me? That's a carbohydrate. Or, excuse me, that's really high in fat. You know, you can't eat that. Sorry, guys. And I just started observing these things. I started feeling sorry for people. Because these people that are saying this are overweight. And they don't know what the heck they're doing. And I was like, God, if they only knew what I knew. Like, if I could only transfer what's in my brain and put it into their brain, they could just they wouldn't have to think about not eating that bread anymore, and they can eat the bread that they want to eat. Because eventually, those people that are, oh, I can't eat bread, I can't eat this, they're the same ones that in a month from now, they're like, oh yeah, I couldn't stand the diet. I fell off the wagon. I just ate bread for a week straight, and I can't go back on it anymore. I gained all the weight back. I'm like, oh my God. I just want to help them, but how do I do it? And anyway, so that's when I was like, what if I could somehow take that internalization method that I've learned and transfer it into other people's brains in a way that doesn't take them 3 years to figure out like I did, right? That would be so cool if I could do that. Anyway, that's my story for the internalization method. I hope that explains a little more about what it is I'm trying to do. You can also check it out. I'm really excited about it. I'm still in the process of making it, right? So you can join the waiting list and get on the list, and I'll let you know when it's available, right? And you can transfer. I can transfer my knowledge to you. All right. Anyway, take care and have a great day.